Welcome everyone, I'm Fausto Carnevale, international tax consultant, and in this video I have some notes here with me. We will talk about the cost of buying a second house in Italy. Before starting the video, I will invite you to watch again the live that I did last week, because I talk about how to negotiate, what is the impact if you buy a house in Italy in 2024. I also talked about a special contract, rent to buy, which is a good way to have a house in Italy without having the property, but we'll maybe analyze this contract in another video. Okay, so let's start. As I said in other videos, before buying a house in Italy, you have to get your fiscal code. If you don't have the fiscal code, it's impossible to have the house, to buy a house. What is the fixed costs? Let's say that you have already one house and you want to buy a second house. What are the fixed costs? So, first of all, we have two types of fixed amount called imposta catastale and imposta ipotecaria, 50 euro and 50 euro. This is 100 euro. Then the cost of the notary is around 1,500 to 2,000 euro. Then we have the imposta di registro, which is about 9%, it's 9% of the value of the house, the cadastral value of the house. So this has a huge impact if you buy a second house, because if you buy a first house in Italy, the tax is 2%, otherwise it's 9%. This is a big impact. So you should consider then to maybe buy the house with your company. But again here, as I said, you can save this tax if you do a rent to buy, let's say for 3 years. By the way, it's not easy to do a rent to buy. I'm just saying, just thinking how to avoid this tax. So this is just before buying the house. When you have the house, you should pay as a second house the IMU. So this is a tax that every owner of a second house pay. Now, in order to calculate this tax, we should do a complex calculation, and then we have a lot of coefficients that vary from commune to commune, from municipality to municipality. But it will be from 150 per year euro up to 800 euro per year. Then we have the Tari, which will be around 350 euro per year, and then we have the cadastral value that will be added to your tax return in Italy. So either you rent the second house or you have this small value that it's added on top of your tax return in Italy. Now, why maybe you have a second house? Maybe because you already have one house and you want to buy a second house. So another thing is, this is a quick tip, is to maybe you don't buy the house. Your child, your daughter, your son buy the house. Okay, so this is a first tip. You can say, okay, maybe why my son? So he buys the house as a first house. Of course, your wife cannot do this, or your husband, because you should be in the same family, in the same family, no? But it's quite expensive to buy a second house in Italy. So the thing is this: if you can rent it with an Airbnb, or if you can do a good price. Let's say you rent the house to students, or you renovate to resell it, then it's a good thing to buy a second house. Consider that the second house, I said those amounts today, no? But you don't need to live there. You can buy and resell it. Of course, if you do it every year, buy and resell it, maybe then the tax authorities can do the hypothesis that you do this as a business. So in fact, if you have a business plan, if you have an idea, if you have something practical, before doing it, you can contact us and we can do a tax simulation together. Because I know a lot of people, especially from the States, that buy a house in Italy and they want to rent it as Airbnb. The thing is, okay, but maybe we should consider how many houses you are going to buy in the long term, okay? So please pay attention, okay, before doing mistakes. Even if you want to buy a first house, please pay attention, because maybe you are not allowed to have the benefit. In case you have to request the fiscal code, in case you want a tax simulation, in case you want to talk with us, you can contact us at info@esentaxa.com. Until next time, Fausto Carnevale, enjoy your stay in Italy.